Ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful people, welcome to another Zwift Racing League, round 3, stage 4. And today we're racing on Richmond, cobbled climbs, Richmond route, which features 23rd Street, which is 0.26 kilometers at 9.3%, so very steep, and Libby Hill, which is 640 meters at 6%, so short, explosive climbs. One lap is 9.2 kilometers, so we're gonna do 4 laps in total for the total race. That means 8 times over those comms, and my friends or fellow riders told me that there are 2 more climbs in there that is almost as steep as the 2 comms. So it's gonna be one for the explosive people. I think it's gonna be a very tough one, and every comm people will drop. So it will be a matter of sitting in the front, trying to stay in the front and survive each climb. But as always, all we can do is give it our best. It's my 4th race with Team Belgian Zwift Riders. We've performed very well, at least I believe so, in the past few races. So let's try and continue that trend. And if I feel that I cannot win myself, I will give it all to provide a win for a teammate, or at least help him as much as possible. We got Jorn, Stefan, Bert in the pen with us. I think Vino is in here as well. So a nice team of 6. Forgive me, I forgot the 6th rider's name. I think it's Petra, Tom, of course, yeah. So that's the 6 of us. 40 seconds to go. Let's give it our best. Wish me luck. And I will see you after the race. As always. Ciao amigos. Here we go. Let's give it a roll.
And off we go. Zwift Racing Leagues, round 3, stage 4 on Richmond. And as always, a nice little power surge in the beginning to make sure we're in the front of the pack. You never know, a team made arrangements or plans to attack early. And we want to make sure that we're in that breakaway. On this route, however, knowing what's still coming with the short explosive comms ahead of us, all riders are deciding to just stay together for now. Now let me point out something straight from the start. We're riding at about 250 watts average right now, 260. Which for me is normally a zone 2 pace almost, meaning that my heart rate should be around 130, maybe 140. But as you can see, my heart rate's already at 165 right now. I noticed this, but at first I'm thinking this is just excitement, probably being a bit nervous for the race. It will come down eventually. We're riding towards the first calm, first explosive effort of the day, which is Libby Hill. It is 630 meters long, with a couple of segments going up to 16% and an average of 6.3%. And you guys might know me by now. I'm always the one that wants to test the field a little bit. And my best defense is attack. So coming up to the comm, I decide to go to the back of the group so I can use my draft boost and launch an attack. Now, even though this is a powerful effort for me, this is not a full-out sprint. But if you watch my heart rate in the top left corner, you'll see that suddenly it spikes up all the way to 190. And this ain't normal. For me to reach a heart rate of 190 can only mean two things. Either I'm really doing an all-out effort, which isn't the case here, or something's wrong physically. My teammate Jorn here, using me as a launch platform, sprinting right past me with a lot of power. He's going for the max points on this first climb. In this race, every time you come over the top of a climb in the top 10, you earn points for your team. So that was a really good first climb for us. 3 Belgians in the top 5. And now we descend to 23rd Street. Another very powerful effort required for this one. 23rd Street, 260 meters with an average gradient of 10.2%. Now I knew beforehand, coming over the top of the climbs, I had to keep pushing a little bit to stay with the group in front. Because once you lose that draft in the downhill, they're gone. When I looked at the route beforehand, I knew there was 2 comms. But I kinda underestimated this bit, going up to the finish line. It's a not so steep, but still pretty long hill towards the finish line. And after those calm efforts, this one really hurts. Basically, giving you no time to recover.
I feel really, really bad. I'm not recovering. I'm not recovering whatsoever.
As you could hear by my breathing and the tone of my voice, I was suffering so much. I don't know what was wrong, but couldn't get my heart rate down, couldn't recover, and the power was not coming back to my legs. I'm messaging Stefan here, letting him know that I feel absolutely terrible. Quickly eating a gel, hoping that that will help, but as I've prepared, like I've prepared for all my races, food-wise, had plenty of carbs, hydrated with electrolytes, even fast sugars, I was pretty sure that that wasn't the problem. Now the only thing I could think of is that yesterday I did a sports massage, and maybe it was too late. Maybe the day before race day was a bad decision to have a massage. So maybe that is the reason that I have no power now. But then that still wouldn't be a reason why my heart rate is that high and why I'm not recovering after efforts.
Unfortunately, my power is not coming back in my legs. Very unfortunate.
Even though I feel like this, I still want to do my best to help the team as much as possible. So when I see Stefan attacking here, I decide to use my invisibility boost and follow him, hoping that I can help him in his breakaway attempt. Reaching his wheel, I'm going to the front straight away and start pulling him towards the climb. As you can see on the right side, we have a little gap of 7 to 8 seconds on the main group, so they really have to work to chase us down. Riders flying past me while I'm still pushing 400, 450 watts, fighting my way to the top. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been so unlucky with the boosts. I've been getting these burritos and invisibility boosts the whole time. Basically, useless boosts. The burrito is a boost that makes you undraftable, which is basically useless on this course. And then the invisibility boost is something you can use to attack without people seeing it. But I'm not in a position to attack anyway. For now, I'm still finding the strength after every com to still push through and make my way to the front group. But this is where I finally break for a moment. As I'm still pushing decent watts, I'm just getting dropped off the back. Having fought so hard this whole time and absolutely feeling terrible, I'm not gonna lie, I was even thinking about giving up here. I was like, I gotta quit this race, this ain't healthy. But I decided to keep going. Just off the power, try and recover, wait for the group behind me. Getting another burrito boost is really frustrating me, as you can see. I'm like, God dang it, this is the fourth burrito already. It's a normal human thing that you react a little bit more irritated to setbacks like this when you're already suffering like I was suffering here. Our captain Stefan keeps trying to encourage me to bridge towards them again, but I'm telling him I just don't have the power, man. Nonetheless, I take the front of this group and I start just pacing as much as I can, hoping that we will close down that 25-second gap if we all work together. Unfortunately, as I'm asking them to rotate, I can tell that there's not a lot of power left in this group though. As they're messaging me, "You're doing great on the front. We're loving you for it." I know that it's gonna be up to me. So I'll make my way to the front again and start pulling.
Nice.
The hard work pays off. Managed to close the gap just before the climb. Being able to see the front, I find my way up the hill, hoping that if I can power through after the top, I might be able to actually reach the front. Coming over 23rd Street in position 26, and you can see in the top right corner that the field is just totally spread out, which can be a good thing, because maybe I can use that to jump from group to group. I'm digging really deep here, as I can see the tail of the front group, and I know I can make it. And suddenly, just like that, with 9k to go, I'm in the front again. One of our teammates, Glenn, has attacked and is now solo in front of the group. So Stefan is sending me a message to try and control the group and react to anyone that tries to pursue him. I'm asking Stefan, can I use my invisibility boost and try to jump towards him? But he's telling me no, you gotta stay here. We don't want to make the same mistake as we did 2 weeks ago. If you remember, that's when I had a 42-second gap and Stefan, in his effort up the mountain, accidentally closed the gap on me, bringing back 5 to 6 riders. We don't want that scenario repeating itself, and we want to give Glenn the best opportunity to grab the points on the top of the comp. So as asked, I stay in the group, and I only go to the front when I see Kaplan, the Swede, attacking. I feel like the further we come into the race, the better I'm getting again. I still feel terrible and every push on the pedals hurts like hell. But at least I'm managing to put some power down and my heart rate stays relatively normal. Doing a great job for the points total here again on Libby Hill, as Stefan crosses over the summit line in first and I'm close behind in fifth. And as you can see, the 5 of us have like a little 30-meter gap to the group behind. So for a second I was thinking to keep going and start pulling. But with 3.5 kilometers to go and knowing how much I was suffering already, I decided to play it safe. And while everyone is activating their beautiful draft and sprint boosts, I'm becoming invisible. The boost gods were really not by my side on this one. Last time, 23rd Street of this race, digging deep. Coming over the top in 11th position. And I notice there's a little gap to 5 riders in front. And Stefan is one of them. So I gotta make a decision here. What do I do? Do I gap towards him? I have a draft boost. Or do I play the team game? I decide the second option. And I message Stefan, you got a gap, go. I'm also telling Glenn, who's in the group with me, don't ride, let the gap grow as much as possible. Coming into the last kilometer of the race, I can see that people are using invisibility boosts and starting to accelerate from the front. So it's time to do the same. Digging deep. Giving the little power that I have left after this roller coaster of a race, emptying the tank completely towards the finish line. With this last effort, I managed to pass a few more riders. I can already see that Stefan has won the race with a gap of more than 10 seconds. What a champion. Second time in 4 races that he manages to win. And I end up in 7th place eventually, which I think, given the circumstances, is a great result. Today was not me making others suffer, as I have been trying to do in the past races. Today I was the one suffering. But I am very proud that even though I died 1,000 deaths, I kept fighting and never gave up. Now I'm editing this 2 days after the race, and I can tell you, I was actually getting sick. After the race was over, I actually had to take 10 minutes to fully recover and get my breath back. My lungs have been rumbling for the past 2 days, like there's some kind of liquid in them. So now we know what the cause of all of this suffering was. Next week we'll be racing in London. Let's hope I'm fully recovered by then. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you, love you, bye!